Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Hazardous. You know, when my family gets together, a lot of times we tell old fish stories, and other stories too. But we're down here in the Keys, Cousin Drew is down, and we started telling fish stories, some of which are quite entertaining, and I wanted to share with you. So, without further ado, here are some fun stories for you guys.
So you got accused of diving on traps?
Yeah, we had the marine patrol.
Oh, the guy says, I'll catch you before you go.
Yeah,
that's what he said.
A long time ago.
Before y'all were born.
Your dad says, well, come get, you put a massive snorkel on, we'll show you the hole.
There ain't that many holes. There's no way you can have that many lobster. I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
I was just say, how do you feel about driving the boat?
It's like, what do you mean, how do I feel about it?
Oh, you can drive this boat, no problem.
Yeah, you think you can...
I mean, it's just like a zero-turn mower. If you want to go right, if you want to go left.
That's it.
Hot piece of cake. I mean, the only two motors I've ever had was a paddle and a stroller motor. That was two motors, right?
You remember how hard it was to turn our boat, though, when like one would let off, and if the guy was on the wrong side and you're trying to turn it?
Yeah.
And, he'd have to let off and grab that rope or the boat wouldn't turn, it'd take forever to turn. This one does a little bit easier.
He was there when the steering went out, right?
Normally me and my dad drive, but if you can drive, sometimes we can both be in the water, if you need a break.
Whatever y'all tell me to do, I'll do. You need me to drive, I drive. You need me to catch lobster, I catch lobster.
Kelly ain't gonna get in there that early, I can tell you.
No, I'm not gonna get it when it's still dark.
I don't want to have any issues like mini season.
We're like church.
Me and my brother in the water, and I'm going to get on the rope. The boat kicks in gear, so I'm like, tried it, but it's just out, so I swim it harder, but it's always out of reach. And finally I'm like, Dad, take the boat out of gear so I can grab the rope, because that was the wind. It was
Whatever.
Hey, back in the day, it was me and your father in the water and your mother driving the boat.
We came up and we didn't even see the boat. We could, but it barely had the way, and she couldn't see us because it went from like this to like really rough.
I shot a grouper, and dummy me, shot him through the small hole. So I had to stick my hand down there and try to unscrew the spearhead and pull out. And then, so I stick my hand in there and I'm unscrewing that power head. And I pull the thing out, and just as I go to pull the grouper, he kicks back, and my elbow slips in there. And I'm like, I got problems.
I'm not gonna die like that. That's why we don't do that.
Trying to suck oxygen out of my mask. I felt like I'd been there for 20 minutes. Probably on about 2.5, but it was. It was a rough day. I lost a little bit of elbow coming out of that hole.
We don't see any grouper hardly anymore. I remember how we used to shoot them all the time.
Yeah.
We don't see them hardly any. Yeah. But was it 2 years ago when we were down there in the wintertime? And I'd put his tanks in. I tell you about that? I put his tanks and all because we found a good spot. So I'm down there, and you had 700 pounds of air in there. So I wasn't paying attention. We were catching lobster. I went, oop! I said, that's not a problem. I'll just kick up there, and his tank. Plus he had all that weight inside it. I could barely get up there.
So a little detail beforehand. We were diving the bridges catching lobster. A lot of people fish that bridge. So I'm finding sinkers left and right. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna have to buy sinkers for a year. So I'm just putting sinkers in my BCD, sinkers in my BCD.
Heavy sinkers in the BCD. So I get up to the top, and I said, not a problem. I'll just grab the bridge piling. Well, it was flood tide, it was big, and I couldn't hold on. So it was blasting me around, and then the BC wouldn't inflate or something for some reason.
Because it's out of air.
Yeah. Well, Christopher tried to inflate it, just coming up there because
he did manually.
Because Christopher didn't see us, and Jeremy threw his rope. He said, "Swim with the rope." I said, "I don't think so."
No. What you're forgetting is before Jeremy threw the rope, he's like, "Give me the camera." I'm like, "Forget the camera.
He's gonna die, but we'll get it on video. It'll go viral."
Well, Dad always said, if a shark or something bites you, just film it. You might as well get on video.
Yeah. Let's get a good shot at it. So, but it blasted me under, so I'm holding on to it. I can barely hold on. And he had to put the antennas down and all to get up under the bridge to come get me. But talking about almost panicking, you have to really talk to yourself like, it's gonna be all right. But I tell you what, the next 2 or 3 days, my legs were so sore from kicking up.
You don't really talk to yourself.
Well, I was talking to myself.
You're gonna be all right, JJ. You're gonna be all right.
Don't panic.
I heard that part of
It's gonna be all right.
So whenever you panic, folks, say,
Just tell yourself.
Yeah. Slap yourself in the face.
It's gonna be all right.
Slap yourself in the face.
You could have let go to do that.
when you were in your hole with your arm stuck, did you say, Drew?
Hey, you're gonna die. It's gonna be all right. Be just running around like that.
Oh, I'm gonna name my boat. It's gonna be all right.
That way when you're panicking, you see in the distance, you'll just see it's going to be all right.
Naming it happens. And when we used to have this granddad's boat, that sucker would get you anywhere you wanted to go. But it never would get you back. I mean, many times we'd have pushed that freaking boat along the shoreline. Remember? Oh, ragged out 48 horse everywhere.
There's a guy at the boat ramp the other day that was having trouble getting his motor running. And he goes, I just can't figure out what's wrong with it. I said, I know what's wrong with it. It's the fuel pump. I'm like, I've seen that one before. I said, I know that story all too
actually,
well.
you can get somebody that can pump it for you.
Yeah.
And it'll get you in
Yeah.
if you get somebody better to do it.
That's the thing. The guy was standing there pumping it, and it would run fine, and he'd stop pumping it. And
Yeah, they
Like,
pump
that's
fast.
full pump.
Pump fast.
Hey, we've come back in from a day of fishing. Just sitting there, you building up that muscle right
That was
there.
an old Macon. Macon, Macon.
one time, the battery, the connection, the post broke. And so in order to crank it, he had to stand back there with 1 foot on the battery and holding the line tight. And I would stand up here and crank it, but we'd lose connection when that post came loose.
Yeah.
And it just wouldn't turn over unless you had a solid connection.
Yeah.
Sounds like that guy on Down Periscope.
Before.
You seen
Yeah.
that?
The electrician.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I said.
You never seen Down Periscope? You got to see that. That's pretty funny.
Last year.
And I had a noodle at the time, and then Kayla decided to take my noodle
To
and
save
help
mom.
save her mom, who had a noodle. And, there were 2 noodles, and next thing I know, I look up, I'm close to the boat, so I'm just gonna swim to the boat, and then I keep swimming to the boat, and then I hear somebody say, hey, is he doing okay? They were talking about me, and I kicked my fins off because I couldn't feel my legs anymore, so they were useless. So I just carry them in the water. I had one hand that would still move. I finally make it to the boat because I will myself not to die. And then I thrust over.
Brandon, you're going to be all right.
I thrust myself over to the back of the boat. JJ just standing there. You all right? I'm just dead.
Hope everyone enjoyed the stories. Don't forget, if you're ever in a panicky situation, just tell yourself it's going to be all right. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, other social media, and we'll see you on the next video.